First of all, Eid Mubarak. If you fasted this Ramadan, I hope all of your fasting is accepted and that all of your du'as are also accepted. And I hope you got a lot of money for Eid, because that's important, obviously. Today I'm going to be speaking on a bit of a heavier subject. We've all had days where we haven't felt like ourselves, found it difficult to bounce back, felt helpless, out of control of our emotions. And while it is healthy to have off days where you just don't want to do anything and you don't want to get out of bed and you just want to doom scroll and whatever, it's not healthy to stay in that state. So today I'm going to share my insights on how to get out of a rut. I want to preface this by saying that these are the things that I felt worked for me. Take what you want, leave the rest. I also want to say that if you are feeling more than just a small phase of abnormality, I strongly advise that you do speak to a professional. Mental health is not a joke. And that brings me to the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. I'm joking. No. This is me manifesting. Step number 1, create goals. Start small and realistic. So at the beginning, your goals might be simply pouring yourself a glass of water or washing your face in the morning or actually getting out of bed in the morning. But slowly those goals will start to get bigger. Pouring yourself a glass of water will potentially turn into hitting legs at the gym or going out with your friends or reading a book, doing something actually productive and doing the things that you used to love. I have this thing, okay, hold on. I love my planners. So I have 2 daily planners. I don't do this every day because that's also not healthy. Everything in moderation, When you make a to-do list, every time you check something off, it gives you this big sense of accomplishment that you actually are useful and that you actually have done something today. It boosts your self-esteem and it makes you feel more confident, okay, I can actually do this. And then by setting your tasks or your goals for that day, it gives your day a purpose and you actually wake up feeling like, okay, I have something to do today, I need to check this off. It's proven that a lack of routine and structure can cause anxiety and depression because it removes that predictability or stability from your life. You could argue that having a planner would also create anxiety in your life because it's this constant reminder and pressure that, okay, I need to take this off. You don't have to have a to-do list, but just make sure that you do have a purpose for your day. So before you go to bed, in your head, think, okay, this is what I need to do tomorrow. And then you wake up the next day knowing what it is that you have to do. She's very good at interrupting. Number 2, address the problem. There's a high possibility that you're feeling demotivated because something triggered it. So find out what's triggering it. We all know what happens when you bottle up your emotions. It's not a solution. It's gonna get you nowhere. If you don't want to talk to someone about it, write it down. Start a journal, open your notes app, talk on voice memos to yourself. It's for you. No one has to read it. No one has to see it. No one has to hear it. It's for you to be able to understand what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, so then you can find a solution for it. And once you do all of that, you need to ask yourself, can I control this? If yes, perfect. Find your solution, whether that's an active solution or something that you just need to let pass and give time. But if you can't control it, why are you letting it consume you? Someone mistreated you. Can you control other people? No. Move on. Next. Everyone is gonna have a different perception of you and there's nothing you can do about it. Not everyone's gonna like you. As long as you have your little circle of people that you know you love and love you and that you can trust, that's all you need. You don't need everyone to love you. What's the fun in everyone loving you, you have to have clashes here and there. If life is easy, life is boring. Right? You have no choice but to keep moving forward. Because if you don't, life is gonna pass you by like this. And suddenly you're 72, not having done half of the things that you wanted to do because you were too busy victimizing yourself. If you're the type of person who needs to wallow, wallow. Feel everything you need to feel. Get everything out in your own way. But give yourself 3 days. 3 days maximum. And then move forward no matter what. And when I say move forward no matter what, it's not gonna be positively exponential throughout, right? You're gonna have days or moments where you're gonna feel like you're not taking steps forward, you're taking steps back. But no matter what, move forward. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Number 3, put that phone down. My mom and every mom on this planet was right. It really is that damn phone. Okay. As humans, the more we consume, the less we create. The less we create, the less we progress, and the more anxious and depressed we feel. We consume so much on social media on how other people are living and what other people are doing with their lives that we completely forget to actually live ourselves. And we've all heard this before. Comparison kills joy. I've talked about overstimulation from our phones before, and I'm gonna speak about it again because, guys, it's a problem. Overstimulation leads to anxiety. And when you're overly anxious, you get so burnt out and exhausted, which then puts you into that rut. I've decided to take a break from social media just for my own productivity and just see what happens and how much more I do without having the distraction of social media. Guys, it's really embarrassing because I've caught myself several times through muscle memory opening my phone and clicking on the place where TikTok used to be. That's not supposed to happen. Honestly, with this break that I've been having, I've been getting such better sleep as well because obviously, like we all know, the radio frequency radiation that we get from our phone, it does affect our REM sleep. When you have a lack of sleep, you get into foul moods, you wake up late, you're not as productive, you feel groggy, you feel demotivated. A lack of sleep results in the inability of you to regulate your emotions because your brain hasn't gotten enough rest. And I'll actually explain it to you scientifically. I read an article about sleep by Laura Sanders. Every 20 seconds, the sleeping brain washes itself with this fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. It's like you coming home after a really long day and having a nice hot shower to just wash the day off yourself. What this wash does is it clears out the buildup of neurotoxin waste. The buildup of neurotoxin waste in your brain can lead to brain inflammation, which can affect your mental health, emotional health. It could lead to feelings of irritability, anxiety, and depression. What's really interesting as well is that this cerebrospinal wash also clears out all of the bunched up proteins that are involved with Alzheimer's disease. So if you don't want to sleep for your emotional health, at least sleep so you don't end up with Alzheimer's disease and forget what sleep actually is. Number 4, I did touch on this briefly, but I do want to remind you to not push yourself too hard. You're burnt out for a reason. It's your body telling you to slow down. Give yourself grace. You're human. Take the rest that you need. I'm just saying, don't let it consume you. Number 5, don't isolate yourself. Again, it's fine to have that alone time, but us as humans, we need other humans to survive. Oh, but Noor, I'm strong enough. I can do it alone. No, you're not, and no, you can't. If it's not a matter of needing people to talk to or to help you deal with your emotions, it's a matter of needing people to help you blow off some steam. Let's be honest, going out to eat or playing bowling isn't as fun by yourself than it is with a group of friends. It's not gonna hit as hard doing those things by yourself in comparison to going out with people that you know you have a good time with, laughing with them, feeling better with them, because they help you lift that weight that you're carrying, even if they're not aware of it. Number 6, find consistencies. Finding consistencies is the thing that you're gonna do after getting out of the rut, but it's equally as important as everything else that I have said. I watched Chris Williamson's podcast or interview with Matthew McConaughey, and he said something that really made sense to me. Personally, I only write things down when I'm not feeling my best. And Matthew McConaughey said this, where it's just as important to journal or write things down when you're feeling great than it is when you're feeling like shit. Force yourself to journal and to check in with yourself when you're feeling happy. That way, you'll be able to find consistencies later on when you're feeling not that great and you're looking back on your previous entries. You can see what you did during that time or during that day that put you in that mood. Was it you going to the gym? Was it you going to a specific restaurant? Was it you hanging out with certain people? Was it you going on a walk in this specific park? What were you doing back then that put you in this positive frame of mind? It's beneficial for next time because, let's be honest, this isn't the first time and it's not going to be the last time where you feel like this. Once you find these consistencies, you can start gradually implementing them in your day-to-day life in the long term. And while these periods of demotivation will not be completely erased from your life, it'll be much easier to deal with them because you know what to do, because you found the things that work. I hope this helped. You are loved. You're not alone. You are special. Have a good rest of your day or night, or I do this every time. Maybe it should be my thing, like my niche, my unique selling points.